Hey everybody, BrickLover18 here today with another episode of Ask Brick. Ask Brick is my Q&A show here on YouTube where you ask me a question down in the comments below across any video, use the hashtag AskBrick, and then I'll see your question, put it in my list here, and answer it in a future episode. Today I've got a huge variety of questions to get through, and I'm very excited, so let's just jump right into it. Alright, so the first question is from David Lai. Hashtag Ask Brick, what LEGO theme do you think will last the longest, and why do you think so? I like this question because it really got me a little bit of, an opportunity to think, and the following answer is my personal opinion and has no information from the LEGO group, and if I'm wrong, please don't sue me. But anyway, now that that disclaimer's out of the way that this is just my thoughts, personally, I think the LEGO theme that's going to last the longest is City. I say that because City/Town has been around for so many years now. It was rebranded as City. They might rebrand in the future, but I just think that that general line, that sub-theme, is going to be what's around the longest. I think that just because LEGO City is one of those things that, cities just in general are one of those things that everything's constantly changing. There's always new things. There's always new things to add, new things to take away, updates and things like that. So I just think that LEGO, cities are going to go on. They're going to continue to evolve. So LEGO City will just continue to go on and continue to evolve because there's so many new things that LEGO can do with it, so many new sets to add, and things like that. Another big reason I think that LEGO City could last the longest would of course be because it's an unlicensed theme. So unlike things like Star Wars, even though it's been around for like 21 years now, end of the day, Star Wars is a license. So if Disney and LEGO got in a huge fight or something like that, they could decide to end the partnership. Disney could pull the license, give it to Mega Bloks or something like that, and all of a sudden we'd have no more LEGO Star Wars sets. So it's just not something that LEGO really has a ton of control over if they keep or not. I know they probably do, but like it's not like City where they could just end it whenever they want. Like with Star Wars, they've got licensing agreements and stuff like that. And I just think City's a great line overall. Anybody can really enjoy it. You can hate, Star Wars. You can hate Harry Potter. You can hate all those themes. But everybody's like, oh, it's cool. It's a city set. We all live in a city. We all live in a town. LEGO. I think LEGO City could end up failing if LEGO doesn't diversify it a little. And I would like to see more things that aren't LEGO police sets. But that's a whole other question. That's a whole other discussion. But yeah, at the end of the day, I truly think that LEGO City is going to be one of the themes that lasts the longest. There are probably a couple runners up like architecture, ideas, and things like that, but I think City's going to be one of the longest. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below what you think is going to be the longest running LEGO theme. The next question is going to be a quick one. It is from Elena Pre-Amork. I definitely butchered your last name, so I apologize about that. But they ask, who is your favorite non-LEGO YouTuber? If you would have asked me this a few years ago, I definitely would have said that Casey Neistat is my favorite non-LEGO YouTuber. He was my favorite, favorite YouTuber, huge inspiration. I've actually met him before, really nice guy. I haven't really watched any of his recent YouTube videos, and I know he kind of stopped again, but recently the videos that I've loved, and again, they haven't made videos in a while either, but I hope they get back to it soon, would be David Dobrik. I think his 4-minute and 20-second vlogs were just so fun. They were really great motivation in the day. Anytime I see him upload, that would be the first thing I want to do is watch that vlog. I just think David Dobrik would be, he's definitely one of my favorite YouTubers right now. And then of course, Casey Neistat doesn't make a lot of videos anymore, but is still a classic. Taven Townstead asks, what music do you listen to, and do you ever listen to music while building LEGO? So that's a great question. My friends always actually make fun of me because of my music selection. I personally just listen to whatever is on. I have a few songs that I like, but I don't have one specific genre, playlist, or anything like that that is like my go-to. I really just listen to songs that I like, that I think are catchy, and that I want to sing along to in my head. And then in regards to, do you ever listen to music when building LEGO? I actually don't. I have to get a Google. I have an extra Google Home in my apartment. I want to bring it over here and get it set up because I'd love to listen to, music once in a while. I don't want to turn on the TV. But for the most part, anytime I'm going to do LEGO building or anything like that, it's going to be either listening to a meeting that I have to sit in on, but I don't have to have my camera on for it, or watching NCIS, or watching some other movie or YouTube video or something like that on the TV on the other side of my LEGO room. Music's just not really something that I've ever listened to while building LEGO, but I do want to get my other Google Home here to set it up and give it a try. The CLC asked, when you worked at the LEGO store, did you get a discount or something for pickup bricks? So in regards to discount, yes, we did get a discount. I cannot tell you what it is because I still love my LEGO store family and I never know if I'd ever work there again, so I can't tell you what the LEGO discount was. But I can say that we never got anything from the Pick-a-Brick wall. If we wanted anything from Pick-a-Brick, we had to pay the exact same price plus the discount that any customer had to pay. We never got free sets like that. Sometimes we'd get like gift with purchases and things like that for free, but nothing that you could just buy from the pick up or call or anything like that. Brody Motoraki, and again, sorry if I said your name wrong, asked, what do you think of the light kits for your Lego? So I've actually made a few videos of my Lego light kits. I've had a really great time adding lights to my Lego city. Currently, none of my Lego is lit up just because when I moved rooms, it was too hard to redo it, and I just haven't taken the time and the effort to do it. I think Lego looks so much better once it's lit up, but the light kits are a pain in the ass, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. They're so tedious. There's so many little wires. They're hard to get in, and I really regret this. I honestly regret it. When I got my light kits, I was just so into getting them in as fast as I could because I had to get it to Philly Brickfest. I didn't take the time to properly get everything in right, hide the wires and stuff like that. So a lot of my modular buildings are honestly just a mess because I've thrown these light kits in, broken things, left loose pieces and stuff like that. Going back, I would definitely spend more time and effort to get these light kits in properly, to buy smaller USB hubs than the huge ones I bought on eBay for a lot cheaper, and I would spend the time to kind of get it right the first time. Now they're all in there really sloppy. I know I would like the light kits so much more if they weren't so sloppy and if they were set up properly. Of course, it's too late to go back in time now, but I think the light kits are really cool. I want to add more to my Lego city, but I'm really hesitant just because I know how I was with the first ones, and that's going to, that's one of my projects eventually, is to go through and re-add those light kits, make them look prettier, make them look nice, and put them all in together, because honestly, the lighting looks so much better. Lego modular buildings look amazing when they're lit up, and they look a lot worse when they're not lit up. So definitely light them up if you can, get some light kits, spend some time, buy the good ones, and then when you get them, really make sure you're putting the lights in properly. This is another really great question from Francis Basin, Lego City Star Wars fan, and is one that's probably going to take me a little bit of time to answer. Ask Brick, have you ever had the thought of getting a house for your Lego collection and for yourself to live in instead of having one apartment for living and one studio for building? Well, yes, and eventually my dream is to have one house, one apartment, one something like that where I'll be able to live and have my Lego collection. I think for a lot of people it is, and it is for me still, but for a lot of people it would be a dream to have an office, a dedicated studio space, a dedicated office, a dedicated retail space, whatever that might be, for your hobby, for your Lego collection, as well as to have a dedicated home and stuff like that. I love having both. I really do. And it's a nice separation for me. I've moved 3 times in the last year, 3 times, 3 new apartments. But luckily, I've managed to keep this place the same. Like, I keep moving my housing, I keep moving my living around, but this studio is here to stay. Like, I haven't had to move it. If I had to move this 3 times in a year, I'd probably not even have it anymore. I wouldn't want to collect Lego. Like, I like having this stable space. No matter where I'm living, I can always come here. I hope to settle down and obviously stop moving so much. Like, in my personal life, that would be the goal. But because I'm in, university and things are always changing, I'm living in new areas of Toronto, finding cheaper rent, I like having this space. Eventually, as I said, I would love to get it all under one roof, because even, I might have an hour in between meetings and I can't drive to my studio for an hour and then drive home. I could, but I'd be here for like half an hour because it's a 13-minute drive each way, which is really not bad. It's only about 4 kilometers. I could really walk it if I wanted to, but it's very close. I'm really lucky that I go from point A to point B without having to go outside or anything like that. Like, that's very lucky as well. I just get, in my apartment, go to the parking garage, get my car, drive to the studio, go to the parking garage. I'm good to go. Like, I don't ever have to go outside. It's nothing crazy, but I definitely, wish I had this under one roof. Even, tonight, I'm filming this video on an evening where it would just be, I'd love to be, doing some things, then I run over to the studio, film a video, run back and do some more things. However, because I knew I was going to come here for a few hours, I had to plan ahead, have dinner ready and stuff like that. So it would be really great to have everything under one roof again, and that's something I really would love to do. However, that's going to be really hard in Toronto because, I'm a early 20s guy now. I just turned 21, so it's just not in the cards to buy a house, in Toronto, or get a house, even rent a house. In Toronto, I go to school right downtown, the heart of the city, so it's not like I'm living out in one of the GTA or anything like that where I could get a house for a lot cheaper. Houses in downtown are not only not cheap at all, they're also most of the time not very nice, and I do enjoy living in a nice place. So I don't want to live in a house that's falling apart or has a slumlord or anything like that. So that's why I don't really live in a house. And then for apartments, they're so expensive. To get an extra bedroom for my Lego collection, like I could get a 2-bedroom apartment for like $2,500 a month. But probably closer to 3,000 for a good decent size. My rent is not nearly that much. For my rent now, plus my rent here at the studio, plus my rent at the apartment are together a lot less, just because I get so much more space for so little, so much less price here, because it's not an apartment. It is a retail space. It is an office space. It doesn't have a kitchen. It doesn't have a bathroom. I have to use a common one throughout the building. So I get a lot more space here for my Legos collection. So if I did move into an apartment or something like that, I'd really have to downsize my space-wise, and I don't know how I would do that in a Lego collection. Plus, this room's great because there's no windows. The one window I had is completely covered up. Apartment buildings in downtown Toronto always want to utilize their natural light and stuff like that. So half the apartments I look at that are 2-bedroom is a whole wall of windows or something like that, which wouldn't really work for my Lego collection because you can't have windows and Lego mixing. But anyway, that was a really long-winded answer. Yes, I would love to get a house or something like that for my Lego collection. I would love to move it all into one roof. Again, that is the ultimate goal right now, unless I could find a crazy good deal on an apartment. And even now, it's like, it would have to be a really good deal for me to want to move everything from the studio, because it is a great space. I do have it, set up nicely. I look around, I'm really proud of it. Plus, it's honestly kind of a dream to say that I have an office, my own office. Not many 21-year-olds can say they have an office. So yeah, I'm really happy with how everything is going right now. I do want to get it all under one roof eventually, but I don't think that's going to be in the cards for the next few years at least. So that was one really long answer, and I'm sorry it took so long, but it's a really great question. Really great. It got me thinking a lot. So I'll just do one more question for this week's episode. This one is from Tarvinder Kaur. Ask Brick, do Lego parts break? Yes, unfortunately, and it's a big, I'm sad, it sucks that this happens, but yes, unfortunately, Lego parts do break. I actually have a whole drawer on the other side of my studio, which I'm going to get. Here it is. It's one of my Pappy Max drawers, obviously. It is just full of broken Lego pieces. So there's anything from pieces that are faded that you can clearly see on camera to pieces that are actually just broken, missing leaf pieces, broken nope, this one's broken. I'm like, why is that here? Again, discolored, lots of discolored. I even have some damaged lights and, overall lots of just damaged, broken, drawn on bricks. I call this bin the trash bin, and trash is in quotation marks just because Lego is not trash no matter how you look at it. Obviously, these pieces aren't really good for anything. Unfortunately, how badly faded or damaged and stuff they are, but they do break, and there are a lot of faded pieces in here, obviously, but there are also quite a lot of just broken ones or things like that. Certain parts are worse than others, certain parts are more brittle. So yes, Lego does actually break, but I'm a hoarder and I don't throw any of the broken parts out. I keep them all in this trash bin. And that is all for this episode. Thanks again so much for watching this episode of Ask Brick. I really hope you enjoyed. There was lots of commentary for this week's episode, lots of really great questions. I've actually got a lot more here too, so I can't wait to film next week's episode as well. So again, thanks everybody so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe. And if you have any questions that you would like answered on a future Ask Brick episode, please don't forget to leave them down in the comments below using the hashtag AskBrick. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.